The next topic is special stocks and special procurement types. Special stocks and special procurement types. And these 6 special stocks, special procurement types are something different to our normal process. Normal purchasing process or procurement process is we create a purchase order, vendor send the material, we create a GR, and finally we'll create an invoice for the payment to the supplier. This is what your regular process is. These 6 business process also comes under purchasing process or procurement process, but something different to your normal process. So the reason we call it as a special stocks and special procurement types, like consignment, subcontracting, stock transfer, third party, returnable transfer packaging process, pipeline handling process. And this is the first one is consignment. Now what this consignment process says here? In the consignment process, company has not created any order to send the material to the vendor, and they did not inform to the supplier also to send the material. Vendor himself will send the material to the company. Vendor himself will send the material to the company. Though the stock of the material came to the company, it is lying down in the company premises. Though the material is available physically in the company stocks, the responsibility and the ownership of the material will be supplier only. The responsibility and the ownership of the material will be supplier only. The stock is treated as vendor consignment stock and vendor is treated as a consignment vendor. This whole process is called a consignment process. Whenever the company take the material for the usage, then the company is liability to pay the supplier. Whenever the company take the material for the usage, then the company is liability to pay to the vendor. This business scenario we call as a consignment business process or consignment scenario. Now we'll see steps to perform consignment process. So I'll create a new material master. You can use existing material also, it doesn't matter. City 2004. It's a normal material master only, like how you create. Enter purchasing group in the purchasing view, enter valuation class, price control, price unit and the price. Save it. So creation of material master is mandatory. Either you can create a new material or you can use existing material also. Next, create consignment info record M11. Enter the vendor, material, purchasing organization, plant. Activate consignment. So far we have seen standard info record long back. Now situation came to discuss the remaining info records. Under this, first one, this consignment. Enter. In the general data, enter the reminders. Click on text. And this text information is optional. You may enter or may not, but it's not a compulsory. Click on conditions. The same procedure like how we create an info record, but we need to select the option consignment. it will takes to purchasing organization data. Enter here plan delivery time and here tax code 0I default tax code. So maintain the default tax code is 0I. Save. Next create consignment purchase order. Same your purchase order screen itself, but we specifically call it a consignment purchase order. Purchasing organization group company code. In the item overview, item category K. K refers to consignment. Material, quantity, no need to enter the net price, plant, store location, and here it is compulsory you need to maintain info record details. It is compulsory you need to maintain info record details. Because the reason is when you enter item category K here, the net price will be grayed out. So from where the system will take the price? From the info record. That is from the consignment info record. See here. Save the consignment PO. Next create GR. MIGO. So in the item details, in the where option you can see moment of as usual you get 101 and beside that you got K. That K refers to consignment vendor. Item okay. Say if you monitor stock overview, MMBE, material, plant and store location. Execute. The stock is displayed separately as vendor consignment stock. It's not at your company code or plant or store location. The stock itself displayed separately as vendor consignment stock. Now company has taken the material for their usage. Now we'll create a transfer posting in order to convert the vendor consignment stock into company's own stock using the transaction code MB1B. Movement type 411, special stock K, plant and store location. Enter the vendor, material and quantity. Save. Again, if you go to stock overview, if you refresh, this vendor consignment stock will automatically move to company's own stock. See here, company code, plant and store location. Next, create consignment settlement or consignment invoice MRKO transaction code. Enter the company code, vendor, plant, material, accurate consignment, accurate settle. Save. So stock displays as, the system displays the document number. There is nothing but consignment invoice. And sometimes there may be a chance it will display the document number, and sometimes it may not display also. In our training version, if you click on it, then it displays the accounting document. So this is about the consignment process. So next is pipeline handling process. Now what is this pipeline means? Any material which is maintained through pipes and cables, those materials are belongs to pipeline material, and the process is called pipeline process. Petrol, diesel, chemicals, liquids, electricity, all these materials are treated as a pipeline materials which are maintained through pipes and cables. So whenever you declare or you create a material master with metal type pipe, then it will comes under pipeline process. It will not goes to the normal process. Pipeline handling process. So whenever you create a material master with metal type pipe, then it will not go to normal process. It comes under pipeline process. Suppose if you if in your organization, if the company is creating a purchase order for petrol or diesel, then don't declare or don't create a material, the petrol or diesel or any oil as a pipeline material. Create it with a finished material. So then it will go to normal process. So whenever a metal is subjected or created with a metal type pipe, it will comes to pipeline handling process. Now it is compulsory, we need to create a metal master with metal type pipe. So here it should be metal type pipe, PIP pipe. And here you need to select only three views: basic data one, purchasing, accounting. There will be no storage. We cannot store the material. Electricity supply, kilowatts, metal group. In the purchasing view, enter purchasing group. Enter valuation class, price control, and the price unit. Metal is created. Now create pipeline info record. Vendor, material, purchasing organization, plant, activate pipeline. Enter. Click on text. Click on conditions. Save. Enter plant delivery time and tax code. So there is no PO, there is no GR. Straight away create goods issue MB1A. Movement type 201, special stock P, plant and stock location. Press enter. Cost center, vendor, material and the quantity. Press enter. Save. Then create pipeline invoice or pipeline settlement. Same transaction code MRKO. Enter the company code, vendor, plan, material. This time activate pipeline, activate settle. Execute. Then the system displays document number, that is pipeline invoice or pipeline settlement. So this is about the pipeline handling process. Returnable transport packaging process. The next one is returnable transport packaging process. We call it the RTP process. So what is this process basically? Here normally company purchase one material, and when the company is going to receive the stock of that material, they are going to receive with another material. For example, gas. We'll create a purchase order to the material called gas, but the supplier is going to send that material in the form of a cylinder, but company is not purchasing the material called cylinder. So we create a PO for material gas, you are going to receive in the form of a cylinder. So at the time of creation of GR, along with the gas material, we'll add the cylinder material also. Once the consumption of gas is completed, the cylinders will become empty. That cylinder material is called returnable transport material, and the process is called returnable transport packaging process. Okay, like cylinders, pallets, containers, drums, barrels, any material which is the company has not purchased, and any material which is sent back to the vendor, that material is called returnable transport material. So here, coming to the steps, we need to create two materials. So first I'll create a material called gas. So gas, will take it as a finished material. For example, LPG gas. And the metal group for gas is 01004. Enter. Purchasing group. Enter. As the metal type is finished material, so valuation class will be 7920. Price control is yes. Price unit is 1. Enter the price. So I created a material called LPG gas. In the same way, I will create a material called cylinder with the material type LEIH, that is returnable packaging material. There is a separate material type called LEIH. So here we need to create two materials. One is you are going to order the material, that is called gas, and another is cylinder. Enter. In the purchasing group, enter, enter. In accounting one, valuation class, price control, and pricing. Now here to which material we'll create a purchase order? For the material called gas. Purchasing organization, group and company code. For example, 1 lakh kgs of gas. So I'm creating a PO for 1 lakh kgs of gas. Now, as usual, create a GR. As usual, create a GR. So this is order material was, that is LPG gas of 1 lakh kgs, and your plant store location, your PO number, vendor. Now along with this material gas, we need to enter the cylinder material. Above the item details, you have an option called transport equipment. Click on the transport equipment. Enter the cylinder material. So quantity, in how many cylinders. In the where tab, you can see the moment type 501M. That M refers to RTP vendor, returnable transport packaging vendor. Enter plant store location. If you click on PO, the item has not been ordered. It means we have not purchased this material. And in the partner, enter the vendor. So it means you are receiving 1 lakh kgs of gas in 100 cylinder. So in the time of creation of GR, we will get the two materials. Now we'll go and see stock overview now. MMBE, stock overview. Enter the material, plant and store location. When you execute, the stock is displayed separately as RT packaging stock. See here, it means it's not the company stock because you have not purchased the material called cylinder. So once the consumption of gas is completed, then we need to send back the material back to the vendor. So to send back the material back to the vendor, go to the transaction code MB1C. Moment of 502, special stock M, plant and store location. Press enter. Enter RTP vendor, RTP material and quantity. RTP vendor, RTP material and quantity. Save. After save, if you go to stock overview, if you refresh, your RTP packaging stock will become 0. So this is about RTP process called returnable transport packaging process. So next we will see, before subcontracting, we will see stock transport order using stock transfer. So this process is a method or a process of removal of the stock of the material from the supplying plant and transferring the stock of the material to the receiving plant. So this is called stock transfer using stock transfer order. So where we need to maintain a material master in both the plants. Where we need to maintain the material master in both the plants. So first create a material master in both the plants. So I'm creating a material master. In the purchasing group under the valuation class, price control, price return price. Then extend this material to another plant also. Extend or copy the material to another plant also. Then maintain the stock in the supplying plant. I'll go to the transaction code MB1C. Moment type 501 plant and store location. So there are two ways to maintain the stock for any material. One, you create a PO and you create a GR. The other way is GR without PO, like this. Material and quantity. Save. Now create stock transport order ME21N. Here you select the option stock transport order. So instead of vendor, you will get supplying plant, purchasing organization, group and company code, material, quantity, receiving plant and receiving store location. So here when the supplying plant is 1000, receiving plant will be 1100. And also here you will get item category U. U refers to stock transfer. The supplying plant creates transfer posting to supply the material. So moment type 351, supplying plant and supplying store. Click on to purchase order. Press enter, save. Now finally we'll go to stock overview MMBE. Material, 2 plants and 2 store locations. Execute. The stock reducer supplying plant and displays under on order stock at the receiving plant. It means neither it is supplying side nor at the receiving side. Now The receiving plant creates GR to receive the material. MIGO material. Here it should be receiving plant. Activate item, okay. And if you click on as a partner also, you can see supplying plant 1000. And here if you click on where option, receiving plant is 1100. See it. See. Now again if you go to stock overview MMBA, if you refresh, the stock will update in the receiving plant. So next is subcontracting. The next process is subcontracting.